Plaintiff John Bovey rented a room in the defendant's home, and after he moved in, he discovered the defendant was a drug addict who slept with men for meth and pills. John is suing his former roommate for a loan, stolen money, and the value of a car. Defendant Karen Cummings says the biggest mistake she made was moving John into her home because he turned out to be a drug dealer. Karen claims John was once arrested for selling marijuana and ecstasy at a casino, and she refuses to repay John anything since the loan came from drug money.
Start with you.
Start off, I moved in with Karen Cummings around August or September of 2012. She opened up her house to me. She seemed like a real nice person. Within time, I realized that she really had a dark side, was not the person that she appeared to be. She had a big drug problem. She would sleep with other guys for meth, oxys, Percocets.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Adderall.
How'd you discover it?
This was all just kind of things that happened as I was living there.
All right, give me an example.
She would just be real out in the open
give me an
about
incident.
it.
Give me an incident. You said it happened regularly. Give me
she
one
would just
incident.
be real out in the
give
open
me one
about it.
incident.
She would buy drugs from a person.
Give me the incident.
Such as?
Say the month and year and what you observed that month or year or day.
Absolutely. She would have drug dealers come by the house.
No, give me an incident. You know, like you're talking to me.
Correct.
I wouldn't say I would have litigants in here talking to me. I would say Jonathan was here talking to me. He had on a blue shirt. He was looking at me. We spoke. He was giving me testimony. He was giving me testimony about Karen. That's what I want. A descriptive scenario, not a generalization.
We would be sitting in the house that we lived in. And I would watch her take drugs and...
Okay, you can't give me a specific...
I can't give you a specific...
I know that means I don't believe you then. If she did it all the time, yet you can't give me one time, then I don't believe you.
Your Honor?
Yes.
The biggest mistake of my life was allowing a drug dealer to move into my house.
He's a drug dealer.
He is a drug dealer, and I have proof to back up my story. It was in May when Cherie moved in, his girlfriend.
See, she's giving me a precise scenario of an incident. Go ahead.
He
In May, what occurred?
Spending the night right away. Within a couple months, I said, you know what? Why don't you move in? You know, because he might as well pay rent if he's going to be sleeping at my house. So he moved in. My son came to me and my husband, my son is here, and told me they thought he was a drug dealer because there was a lot of cars, nice cars, coming and going all hours of the day and night. And he would just get in the car, be gone for 5 minutes, come back. And so, you know, I was like, no, he's a nice guy. I mean, he's a pothead, yes, but it keeps him mellow, polite, and respectful, right? So I told him leave him alone. Well, on November 30th of 2012, and I had a police report and evidence
These are
to support
specifics.
this.
Go ahead.
He was arrested for selling.
November 30, 2012. What happened November 2012?
He was arrested for selling a substance the police believed was Molly and pot at the casino under cameras in the car that he's suing me for the value of, which was registered in my name. So all of a sudden now my name is brought into all this
We're going to get to all of that.
Okay.
Sir, did this happen? This incident she's describing?
The
She's describing so specifically?
Absolutely. The incident at the casino did happen.
Matter of fact, move your arms from there and stand up straight.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
The incident at the casino did happen. I was the driver of the car, so I was charged with everything that was in the car. I was driver of the
You
car,
have
so
no
I was
history
charged
of
with
drug dealing other than that?
What was that? No, I don't.
Okay.
Your Honor, I have a police report that proves otherwise.
Let's see it.
And may I show you the report where he was convicted of selling the substance?
Let's see it.
As well. Okay.
I'm
There
sure
you go.
this
I
couldn't be
highlighted
true
the
because you
information.
told me no. You just told me it didn't.
I'm not sure like what that is that she has there.
Oh, yeah. It's
Police
you didn't
report,
hear her?
Bovey.
You didn't hear what she said it was? She said it were police reports that
Okay.
indicate you have been dealing drugs
There
in
was
the
a police
past.
report at the casino that was done.
No, she said other ones. Okay, here's one, selling marijuana. Here's another one, controlled substance. Let's go over the dates. One is March. Another is February.
I was never charged with any of that.
Your Honor, the first
I'm
page.
looking right at it.
Or no, well, I got charged with it. I never got convicted or
I
anything
didn't
of
ask you that. I said, have you had any history of it? And you said
Absolutely.
no. You act like it had never happened.
Okay.
Okay.
I apologize.
Okay. Don't apologize. Apologize to yourself. All right, what are you suing her for? How does she owe you $5,000, sir?
I have a breakdown of everything.
Tell me what happened and how she owes you. You
Okay.
really got to get specific now, doctor.
I apologize.
I bet you'll get specific now. Go ahead.
All right, I gave Karen Cummings a loan for
When?
$4,000.
When?
It was October 3rd, 2012.
See, I told you you'd get specific.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
All right, well, on October 3rd of 2012, I loaned her $4,000 for a loan on a car.
Which he got from his storage unit, and I should have known was
I
drug
also,
money.
Ma'am,
I
let
also
him
had the
finish.
loan agreement with
Pardon
me.
me? You have a
Everything.
loan agreement?
Yes, I do.
Let's see it, please.
All right. From that, I gave her $4,000. I received about $400 back, which came out to $3,600 that she had owed me after that. She also,
You
for
sure
giving
had a
her
lot of money.
for
Go ahead.
for the $4,000 loan that I had given her, she said that she was going to give me the 2005 PT Cruiser as a thank you for helping her buy her son a car. I also have the bill of sale for that. The day that I moved out of the house, she had stolen my car keys for the car that she had given me as a thank you, took the car, hid it somewhere, and so I no longer have the car, so I'm actually suing for the value of the car also.
Ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor. I did take the car keys. He left them laying in the house. Before I took the car keys, though, I called the police department the night he was arrested with my vehicle, and I asked the police what I should do. They said, take the car back. They said, the officer I spoke to said, if the car had been in Mr. Bowlby's name, they would have taken it. I took his keys, I took the car, and I did that before he moved out. When he got out of jail, I gave him 3 days to get out of my house because I wasn't going to live with a drug dealer. I got kids, I got responsibilities, okay? And I'm not going to live with a drug dealer. I gave him 3 days to get out of the house. He had the nerve to call the cops on me, which you got that police report, and say I stole his money. I wasn't even home. I worked 2 jobs. I didn't need his drug money. By then, I knew he was a drug dealer, and I doubt there was ever any money in the first place. I think he was trying to get back at me for kicking him out. So he made up the whole $1,400 thing. And as far as the loan goes, we paid him $1,091. My son can testify that he paid him $660 of the money because my son and I were splitting the cost of the car. But since it was drug money that he was trying to launder through me, which I believe is an illegal activity, I'm not giving him no more money. I'm just not. I stopped paying him as soon as I found out it was drug money. So I don't know if that's right or not, Your Honor, but that's...
It's right. It's a voidable contract.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Can I please say something?
If you can stand
I've
up.
worked ever since I was 16 years old. I've saved up a lot of money.
State your name. Sir, you lied and said you didn't have any history of drugs. I got 4 arrests for drug dealing. Go ahead, ma'am.
I can testify
You
that
lied
he
about all
got
these
his money.
specifics. You called this woman a drug addict. You say she's on
I
this,
can
she's on
testify
that,
that
she's
she
on
is.
the
I lived
other.
with her.
Sit
You're a
down.
liar,
Sit down.
Cherie.
I am not.
You're a
You-
liar.
All right, take her
My
out.
si- my
Goodbye.
sister.
All right,
Well,
you
no,
said
no.
get out.
No, I have.
Get out. You're out. Get out.
You lied on this woman. You said this woman was regularly taking Oxycontin, crystal meth. I asked you for one example, couldn't give me any. When it got to this little money you're trying to get, oh, you had every specific in the world. You said you had never had a history of drug dealing, yet I see 4 arrests. You denied all of that. I'm looking at something the police said. Due to extensive drug history, including sales, I thought it was likely that the theft of his money was due to his involvement with drugs. Have a good day. Case
Thank you, Your
dismissed.
Honor. Bowlby, now you can go yourself and your girlfriend.
Oh, God.
Anything to say?
You?
I already said that to you. so,
Yeah, because you're a little drug addict. My sister said you sell yourself for mess, so you.
Yeah, okay.
You.
Where's your sister? Where's your proof? And if I got drugs, I would have gotten them from him. Thank you very much.
Whatever.
You're lying.
What you?
Yeah.
You. Seriously, you.
Plaintiffs Quenisha Smith and Shayla Bell rented an apartment with the defendant and her girlfriend, and they say it was a terrible mistake. Shayla claims they had to call the police on the defendant and her girlfriend, and the defendant's girlfriend defamed them on social media, and they have the video to prove it. They're suing for the cost of an eviction. Defendant Ashanti Anaka and her girlfriend Marissa Mitchell say while living together, the plaintiffs bullied them by stealing and vandalizing their property. Ashanti claims the plaintiff stole her laptop and then posted a video of her on social media that was taken off of the stolen computer. They're countersuing for the damaged and stolen property and defamation.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
All right, start with you.
Okay, I've been on Ashanti since the 8th grade. I met Marissa and Nisha our sophomore year in college. We all started hanging out. We became very good, close friends. In July of 2016, we decided to get an apartment together. It started out going good. About a month and a half, I realized it was the biggest mistake I had ever made. We started having disagreements about trash, the bills.
Don't start no stuff in here. I can tell y'all full of drama. Ready, all y'all perked to go into some drama. I don't feel good today. And don't you start that. My feet hurt. My pants are too tight. So don't start that junk today. I don't want to hear this old yelling and cussing. Go ahead. All right. So you all start falling out within 6 weeks.
We tried to sit down on numerous occasions.
Over what again? Falling out over what?
The trash, bills, cleanliness of the house.
Somebody was nasty.
Marissa and Ashanti.
And somebody wouldn't pay their bill.
Marissa and Ashanti.
That's not true, Your Honor.
You weren't nasty?
No, sir. Actually,
Who was nasty?
it was actually Shayla and Nisha. I came home every night, cleaned every night, TDF, and when I became tired of cleaning after them is when it became a problem. And this when I brought it up to their attention, and I was like, could you guys contribute to cleaning the house? And they continued to just blow me off, just to get me out of their face. It got
4 people and y'all couldn't keep the house clean.
Well, I kept it clean.
Your Honor, I have text messages where I asked them to wash their dishes and take out their trash, and Marissa responded no. I also have pictures of their trash.
We're gonna move on, but I do want to see who's nasty first.
No, not this one, just those, yeah.
Did y'all dress cute?
The
You
trash
look
that
good,
they brought
everybody?
from their room and set up there.
And can y'all wash the dishes in the sink and in the dishwasher and take out the trash? I don't know who's nasty, but you sound like you lazy. What you telling them to do all the work for? No, y'all can get the trash. It's been there all week.
Correct.
This is you. I took my trash out yesterday. Y'all split the trash. Huh?
That is the picture.
This is them. Them 3 bags been there all week since y'all cleaned. That's why I left it. When I have a trash bag just for my room, that's my trash. What is the devil are y'all talking about?
And that picture is the 3 bags of trash that they bought out from their room because they keep the trash in their room.
How far is the dumpster?
The trash is not that far at all. That's what we was trying to tell them. That trash can, we sat there one night and we watched them bring
How far is it?
It's about maybe
A half a mile, a mile?
And you pass
It's not far at all. Actually,
you pass it going
right by our
Then go
mailbox.
outside and without passing it.
Exactly.
And you all arguing over who going to, oh, this going to be a long Next issue they had.
Okay, so also with them, they moved out. We had a lease. They broke our lease agreement and moved out before that they were supposed to move out.
Why?
They didn't tell us at all. I got a call from the leasing manager saying that Ashanti came down and said that that we gave her permission to sign off the lease. I told him that we did not give her permission. He said that we could all sit down and talk and work out whatever issue that we had. But prior to that, we had to call the police before because the incident with the trash, which we also have video.
The cops said to take the trash out.
Right.
Which we also have video of the trash, some more trash that they had, and they took the trash and put it in our bathrooms. And then they also took the trash and spread it outside our rooms.
You give me some background on this and let me know whether the falling out began with trash. Is that true?
Yes, sir. It did begin with trash.
Why couldn't you just, ma'am? Why couldn't you just say
I did.
You just said you're a clean freak. Why couldn't you just take it on the way?
Because, sir, I was doing doing it for the month and a half that we were living there. I did it continuously every time I got off work, and it didn't become a problem until I got tired of
I
cleaning
couldn't
up
hear
after
your
them.
co-roommate.
We both did.
We cleaned up the house. We were the only two working at the time. We were the only two paying
Yeah, we were
our
the only
own
two with
bills.
a
Their
job.
parents were paying their bills. We even paid their cuts of the bill when they didn't have the money for it. We paid their cuts of the bill. We were the only two working at the
You
time.
sure talk fast.
I always talk fast. I'm sorry. I always talk
It ain't
fast.
even on nothing. I can tell you're not on
I always
anything.
talk
You just
fast.
talk fast. No, go ahead.
And with them saying that they have no acknowledgement of me moving out, I actually have video footage of Shayla saying, "Where's her girlfriend? Get out of my face. I'm going to fight you," and things like that.
I started recording everything when everything started accumulating, because when they left the trash, from the previous picture, when they left those, bugs accumulated.
All right. I'm glad you didn't bust her in her mouth. Thank you.
I'm glad I didn't also.
Yeah,
But,
thank you
trash
for
started
being,
accumulating. And so, I started recording everything because, I was like, we're asking you, we need some type of proof, that we're asking you guys
Because
to get your
things
trash.
began to start become missing. My property was damaged. I was cyberbullied. I was basically forced
All
out
this
of my
because
house.
you all
Yes,
wouldn't
sir.
take out the trash.
Yes, sir.
No, sir, that is.
What else was it for?
Okay, sir, that is a lie. What happened was, in the course of them moving out, they were attacking us on social media, which I also have videos.
Let's see the video.
Guess what? These hoes mad because me and they took our money and left y'all. Oh, we can't afford the rent without y'all. Oh, y'all about that. This so like, broke, dirty, and thieves. All my SNU followers who don't know who I'm talking about Shayla Bell. If y'all ever had touch with that dirty, Desiree Bell, ever had touch with that dirty, and Cornisha Smith. Y'all got chlamydia.
Where is this at? This posted
Snapchat.
where?
It was on Snapchat.
On our personal Snapchat after they blocked us.
And people were calling us, telling us that they were steady defaming us. I also have screenshots of them defaming us online.
Let's see that.
As well.
But you're not suing for that.
No, sir.
Yes,
but
I'm suing for
she's
defamation.
She's suing you all for
but
defamation.
she was the one-
That's a clear case of defamation, but you're not suing for it.
Exactly.
All right, let's get to
have mine.
let's get back to what you were telling me about why you all moved, because she's suing for you all to pay part of or all of the eviction costs, ma'am. Is that what you
Yes,
want them to
yes,
do? And how many people were on the lease?
3.
And that was
Me, Shayla, and Shanti.
all right. So let's get to what caused you all to move.
What caused me to move was my property began coming up missing. My things were damaged. I have
Like what? Damage what?
my furniture was damaged. I have screenshot and video footage of slits in my couches with the trash stuffed in
Before
my
you
crosses.
moved?
No, after I moved. It was after I moved, but before I moved, they broke into my room. They stole my laptop. As you can see with the video from Facebook, that was what was on my laptop, the stolen laptop. They also damaged my chairs and everything. They stacked up all my furniture and shoved it in a corner. And when they did that, they broke my lamps. They broke the legs off of my chairs and everything. They started throwing away my Tupperwares in the refrigerator. They started throwing away my food. They basically were like antagonizing
You
me.
have a list of the properties. Did you all do any of that?
And that's
No,
a
sir,
lie.
that's a lie.
I have pictures of how she left the apartment.
So you
their
denied
room.
doing any of it?
Yes, sir.
Why
I
did they
didn't-
move?
Honestly, it can't. Honestly, we had a disagreement over a light bill. The light bill, I paid on it. Quanisha gave her money.
Okay, and
to
then
me.
is that true? Did you have
Ashanti,
a
No, sir.
disagreement?
The
with
not even
disagreement
on
was
the
about the trash
All right.
specifically.
And let me see what video you have regarding this.
Exactly.
This is the video when we had to cut open the couches when we moved into
That's
our
the
new
trash.
house because we smelled the odor. So we cut it open and all the trash was stuffed in there from the old house.
That's all the trash. That's the video footage that they posted. That's the video that was on my
Of
laptop
who?
of me. That's me dancing.
was
That's
the
the video
stolen
that was
video.
on my stolen laptop. That's how I know Shayla and Nisha broke into my room.
Sir,
that's
that's a
a
lie.
lie.
We did not steal her laptop. The night
Who
that
posted that? Do you know?
I don't know who posted that.
Can you prove they did it?
Yes, because they
How?
because my laptop was stolen and those pictures were on my stuff.
Did,
And they were
did they
the-
agree they stole it?
No, she texted me and asked me about the fake page. Just about the fake page, and I told her I didn't know anything about it.
All right. Can you prove they stole it?
yes, because
How?
well, when I left the house, we were packing up December 9th. We were packing up and we were leaving the house and things like that. And I had left.
We were the last three in the house.
We were the
and
last
everything
in the
was
house.
left in there.
We left the house. When I came back, they were not there.
And
And my door was open
right.
and my belongings were missing.
And the
Your
only
door
reason
was
why we
open.
felt like they stole it is because it was behind a locked door. And then if someone
They
broke
could have had a guest come over or anything that stole it. That's not enough to prove they stole it. Now, with regard to the defamation, you can't prove they posted all this. With regard to the damaged property, what happened to their property to your knowledge?
I don't know anything about what happened to their.
We
You
had
can.
witness statements both saying that we was not there. That
You
we
think
that
they
we were
put
at
garbage in their own property?
the same garbage that they're talking about
is the one that they threw in.
all
This is
over
our
our
apartment
when they left.
This is their room when they left, as well as their everything.
Well, actually, the police was there the whole night we were moving
You have a
out.
police report?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
we do have a
What
police
did you
report from the
tell
night
them?
that we moved out. He was there the whole night. He waited until we moved all of our belongings
see.
out of the house before leaving. So we could not damage the house.
And so, damaged property, dining room chairs, 2 lamps.
Yes.
What is that?
That's
The lampshades, when they were stacking the furniture, they basically threw it. So when we picked it up, the lampshades were bent.
and everything, went from a regular dining room set to everything being
Everything
pushed
was
into
in a regular
corner.
living room set.
All
When we
right,
came
let's
home,
see
it
that.
was all.
Let's see that.
There you go. You want the picture?
You have the pictures? All right. And yeah, I don't believe you all would stack your property
It's like we
this.
came home
No,
and it was
sir.
stacked, thrown in a
I don't
corner.
believe that. So, with regard to the damage to your property, I believe it. I believe it is more likely than not that no one else had access to the property. So you all are the ones that pushed it over in the corner and damaged it. No one else would have a motive to do that. I do believe, I saw with my own eyes, garbage stuffed into a couch. I don't believe they would do that to our own property, and I don't think anyone else would have a motive to do it. Therefore, I'm granting the counterclaim of $18.25 for the damaged property. Everything else is mutual fighting. It sounds like you all committed constructive eviction, and that's when people are not supposed to live together, because it is a danger that you all might otherwise harm each other, and you essentially can't live together peacefully. So I'm going to divide that 5,000 by 3. Everybody is equally culpable, and that equals what?
It equals 1,666.
Have a good day. That's your judgment.
I don't have any last words. I'm just happy that this problem is finally resolved.
Oh, basically, karma at its best. You get what you deserve.
Exactly.
Plaintiff Justin Griever says he rented an apartment with the defendant, and that's when he realized that the defendant was a bad influence. Justin claims the defendant got robbed at gunpoint, sold marijuana, and stole a pair of socks from Justin's brother. He's suing his former roommate for breach of contract and a utility bill. Defendant Craig Alley admits that he was robbed at gunpoint, but he denies stealing socks from Justin's brother and insists Justin is the one who gave him the socks. Craig claims he intended to pay Justin what he owed, but Justin jumped the gun and filed this case.
Start with you.
I've known Craig since about 6th or 7th grade, and in September of 2014, we got an apartment together, and I soon realized that he's probably like the worst influence that I could ever have on myself. He started selling weed, and he wasn't even good at it because he got robbed at gunpoint for $300 worth, and I told him it was a bad idea, but he was like, I think it's a good idea, more money. And I'm like, that's the bad more money, but you do whatever you do.
That's right.
And another thing, one time we went to the grocery store to get his mom a birthday card. And I'm like, okay, we're gonna go in, buy the birthday card, and go out. Next thing I know, he's unwrapping the plastic around some of the birthday cards, stuffing it in his pocket, and he's like, I'm not paying for this stuff. And I'm
That's not true,
okay.
Your Honor.
Yes, that's very true. And so he stuffs it in his pocket, and then I was like, I don't want part of this. If you get caught, I don't know you, because
For $2.
yeah, it's $2. I can pay for it if you want me to. And another thing is he'd come over, play basketball, and we'd hang out, and he'd wear my little brother's socks, and I don't know this, and my little brother would come home, where are my socks at? I don't know where they are. And so I see Craig a couple days later, boom, he has my little brother's socks on. And I'm like, okay, did you ask my little brother? No. And I was like, why do you have his socks on? Do you not have your own socks? So what I'm trying to get at is that
He's a wannabe thug.
yes, and he tries to take opportunities, good or bad, and he'll go with it. And he'll try to cheat his way through it, what he did with me. In September of 2014, we signed the lease contract for $806 a month.
Let me allow him to give some background, then we'll get into the specifics of your lawsuit. Sir?
First of all, with the sock thing, we went through his sock drawer together, and he was like, hey, you can just wear these socks. And I'm like, okay, I'll just wear these socks. And then I left home, and I forgot I had them on. So then it came up to be his birthday about a month later. I gave those socks back, along with a brand new pair of Jordan socks. So I gave the socks back that he was talking about with a brand new pair. And those things alike.
What about stealing the birthday card?
I don't know what he's talking about with stealing a birthday card. It's $2 I can pay for a birthday card.
All right. What about the weed selling?
Weed selling, I can't speak for that.
Okay. That means you got robbed.
Yeah, I got robbed.
Another crazy thing about that is like when he told his mom that night, he told her a completely different story involving me when I wasn't even there.
Let's get to the contract that you're suing him about, sir. I'm gonna leave you alone. I could have a ball with you, but I'm gonna give you a pass today. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you just keep being a gangster. Go ahead.
So like I was saying, like we had
talking all slick today. You know, so. Yeah. Man, we rob you every day. Tomorrow, you
Twice
can't
on
rob twice on Sundays. Even if you have nothing. we just rob you for fun.
Training.
Right, that's right. You'll be training, that's right. All right, fellas, we're gonna teach y'all how to rob. All right, where? Go Craig. He's the guy. Rob him and you in. Oh, that's easy. Go ahead. That's how I'm leaving you alone, man. That's Doyle. I know you're a gangster. I'm with you. I know a gangster when I see one. You leave him alone. Go ahead.
Like I was saying, like we signed the lease contract 806 September of 2014, which would be 403 each, and then like plus utilities and all that. And then late in February, he lost his job and he tried to find a new job, but that didn't work out. And so he was forced to move back with his mom. And I was like, okay, so we discussed on trying to find a new roommate for me. And he was giving me like all the wrong ideas, like people who sold drugs. And I was like, no, that's not a good idea. Like, I don't want that to be like part of me again, like especially if he did it. And
you say especially if he was associated with him.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna send me a dope man, give me the real thing. Go ahead.
And then the lease termination fee was $1,500, and we had also a utility bill of $44, which would be $22 for his half. And I feel like he should pay the full amount of the $1,500 because without him losing his job and having him to move out, there would be no lease termination.
Did you all discuss him paying the termination fee and the back rent that you owe?
Yes, we did, and he said that he would pay me back once he gets back from basic training, but he never left, and he told me that about 2 months ago. So, yeah.
Let me hear from you, sir, about this, about the utility bill. Well, that might be a good defense. Is that the defense you want to use? You never left. Go ahead, sir. Let me hear from you about this.
With basic training, you have to go through a ton of different stuff just to get up to where you actually leave. And I was actually supposed to leave a week ago, but I couldn't leave because he was taking me to court. So I was actually supposed to be back in August, and that's when I agreed that I was going to pay him because I was going to get a pretty hefty bonus for the job that I was doing. But now he's saying that he's going to take me to court. It's going to take me longer for me to go to basic and get the money in the first place.
See, and that's what you should do, sir. Con, because that other thing, the dope game is not for you. You seem like you may have a little con in you, so play the con. If you just got to be the crook, play the con game. Because that actually sounded pretty good. You prohibited him from fulfilling the terms of you all's agreement. You said he agreed to pay you once he went to basic training. Well, he can't go to basic training because you sued him. Had you not sued him, he'd have went to basic training, come back, and you'd have had your money.
Well, I didn't
Isn't that what you're saying? Mm-hmm. That's good con. I got to figure that out myself. I gotta figure that out. You might be on to something.
Thank you.
See, you shouldn't have hinged your case on that. You should have never said anything about that.
Well, like, I didn't believe that he would pay me back because he has lied about a bunch of other things.
Okay, you never believed it.
Yes.
And you never accepted that agreement. Is that what you're saying?
No, I did not accept the agreement.
Huh?
I did not accept the agreement.
Thank you. Okay. Oof, it's all right to be square, but every now and then you gotta have a little bit of game in you because you was about to mess up. If you'd have said, "Well, I accepted it, Judge," he just gave me some good game for the agreement. So I'm glad you're saying you didn't accept that as an agreement. Sir, that wasn't an agreement that he actually made with you to wait until you come from basic training. So that defense does not succeed. So now we're back to how much you admit owing. Since you were going to pay him when you got back from basic training, how much were you going to pay him?
I was gonna pay him the amount of everything that he.
There it is, $23.28 is your judgment. He says he's going to pay you the amount that he owes. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
I was hoping to be friends after all this. That's all I really want.
Probably not.
All right.
Probably not. No. Because
Okay.
you put me through too much. Like, you almost destroyed my entire credit. And you never even said thank you to me or my mom for paying off all of your stuff. Not once. Why didn't you just say thanks?
I don't know, man. Sorry about it.
Plaintiff Ashley McGrew moved in with the defendant while dealing with an emotional breakup. But soon after, she realized the defendant wanted to date her. Ashley claims once she started dating her witness, things between her and the defendant got even worse. And she's suing him today for property and emotional distress. Defendant David Cole admits that he asked Ashley out to dinner one time, but after she rejected him, he never asked her out again. David's countersuing Ashley for property damage and storage fees.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
Yes, I met Mr. Cole in the summer of last year. He let me move in during a very emotional, hard breakup, very hard time of my life. He told me I could live there rent-free, and during that time, shortly thereafter when I moved in...
It wasn't rent-free. You had to pay the
You're right, I
utility.
pay utilities and cable and bills. So, but other than that, it was rent-free. And during that time, shortly after I moved in, things became a little uncomfortable. He was coming to my place of business every week.
He would what?
He was coming to my place of business every week. I'm a bartender.
To do what?
Well, he was staying there from the time I started at 6 p.m. until 2:30 in the morning
For what purpose?
to hang out and drink, but it was every week. And
So
then
how did that bother you?
Because he was getting upset when male customers would talk to me.
That's not true at all.
Well, you think he wanted you?
I know he did, actually.
All right, well, you lived in the same house, right? So he didn't have to go to the bar. He had you right there. He just go knock on the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
So about September, excuse me, there was an incident where he came into my other place of business and asked me on a date. When I said no, he texted me about it.
Do everything at your business and you all live right there. Go ahead. So this time, a new job, he came there to ask you if you would date him.
And I
Go
do have
ahead.
a text message proving that.
All right, let's see it.
So.
It's just so odd. I guess he needed people around to boost his confidence. All right. Go ahead.
And then shortly thereafter.
What did you tell him?
I said no. You know, I think it's best if we keep it. We're roommates. We're friends. I don't think that's a good idea.
I believe you said, no, I'm at work right now.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So then it continued. Let's go to December, mid-December, I started dating Justin. And that's when things became really weird. Shortly before that, he was coming in my room, cleaning my room when I was gone, letting people sleep in my room when I wasn't home.
I never cleaned your room when you were gone.
All right, you give me some background, sir.
I met Ashley through a mutual friend. She became a friend. She was in a hard time, needed a place to stay. Offered my house to her, said she can rent a room, more than welcome to move in, cheap rent. As the relationship progressed, as our friendship progressed, I noticed things just, things weren't working out. There was lack of respect at my house. Things weren't being picked up, things weren't being cleaned. We would do dishes for her because she wouldn't do her dishes. And it got to a certain point to where it just, I'm starting to figure out who she really was. And that was not a good character, good person.
Was that before or after she told you she wouldn't date you?
It was after and before. She had a drinking problem.
So before you saw problems in her.
I saw problems, but I saw her working on her problems.
Okay, so you wanted to date a problematic woman.
She seemed like a nice person.
Hey, good enough. Everybody has their own thing. Go ahead. So afterwards, what?
Basically, the relationship, our friendship started to fall apart.
Why?
Every time I'd confront her about damaged property at my house, she would lose her cool, feel attacked, couldn't talk to her about anything without her feeling attacked, couldn't finish a conversation.
Did you go to her job and hang around 8-10 hours at a time?
No, I'd go there to play pool. I have other friends at that bar as well.
How about the other job? Wasn't it another job? Did you ask her to date you at that job?
Yeah, I went to that job 3
ask her to
times.
date you?
I went there one time, asked her out to dinner. She said no. That was it, the only time I asked her out.
Okay, and you did that verbally?
I sent her a text.
While you were there?
Yeah. No, when I was on my way home.
On your way home?
On my way home. I stopped by, said hi, gave her a gift.
It's not true at all. Actually, you went to get cigarettes
Hold on,
and you
ma'am.
came back.
Hold on, ma'am. I'm trying to make sense of what he's saying. He came to your job. He gave you a gift. Wanted to say hi. His real motive was to date you. But he just decided to text you that on the way home. Instead of, while giving you the gift, come to say hi.
He
being
verbally
nice,
asked me as well.
See you face to face, he would say, hey, how you doing? You want to go out? That's typically the time, but you say you waited till you were on the way home. Yeah, maybe that's why it didn't work out, sir. I think you did that a little backwards. Nonetheless, tell me why you're suing regarding your property. What did happen?
I'm suing because I was given an informal 30-day notice, no written agreement, just a text message.
Did we have a rental agreement in the beginning?
How long had you been there?
About 5 months.
Okay, yeah, you had one. Yeah. You had an agreement.
Before that 30 days was up, I went to him and I asked him for a couple extra weeks because I was going through the process of
But he did give you 30-day notice?
He did.
All right.
Over text, yes. And the day I moved some stuff out, and the next day I went back for the rest and I was locked out, so the locks were changed.
All right. And did you attempt to get your items later?
Yes, I did. I brought the police, and they said it's a civil matter and I have to take him to court for it. So.
Okay, and why'd you get the police first? Why couldn't you just ask?
I did. He claims that I owe him $500. Well, initially it was $500 for a couch that my dog single-handedly chewed up. Even after I had told him that I would help him replace it, we had nothing in writing though. And so now he's, that monetary value came out of nowhere. So I didn't feel like paying him.
The couch wasn't free.
It wasn't $500 either.
It was more.
What do you want to tell me about the property, sir?
I have pictures of the property that was damaged.
Me too.
And basically...
Of her property?
Of my property.
No, you need to address why she's suing you. She's suing you.
Oh, yeah. I gave her... Yes, Your Honor. I gave her 30-day notice. She didn't move anything in that point in time. She asked me till the end of the month. So at the end of the month came. She came that night at 8 o'clock p.m., a little after 8. She loaded up her hygiene products out of the bathroom, a little bit of stuff out of the cupboard, and curtains off the windows. Everything else was left in the room. At that point in time, she did that and she left. The next day, yes, I had the locks changed. When she came back and she wanted to acquire her stuff, I said, no problem, you can have your items, just pay for the couch that was damaged.
Okay, so in the process of her continuing to move, you changed the locks.
No, it was after the point in time, Your Honor.
All her things were gone?
No.
She couldn't come
after
and get
the
them.
point in time that I had given her to move out, plus the extra time.
But she was still moving. She had items there, meaning she was still moving.
Right.
So if she wanted to come, you had changed the locks. So she couldn't come and get her
well
thing.
after her notice, Your Honor.
No, while she was moving. When is the last time she had been there moving?
February 28th.
And when did you change the locks?
March 1st.
Yeah, right. And she wasn't finished moving, and you changed the locks during that process. Secondly, you withheld illegally her property. That's illegal. Typically, you get treble damages. And today, she's asked for the maximum of $5,000, so can't give her treble because we don't give $15,000. But your claim is dismissed. That was an illegal eviction, changing the locks before she's finished. Even though you got her notice, you saw her moving. Your claim is dismissed. Yours is granted. Have a good day.
I'm just really happy right now. It all worked out the way it was supposed to.
You're delusional. That's all I got to say.
And you're a creep.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, dude.
All right.
You let someone nice into your house doing a nice favor, and then
All
you
I
want to
did
go
was
and ask
help
them
her
out,
bro. That's all I did. Just helped her out. Thanks. I appreciate the thank you. How do you like sharing her with her other boyfriend?